Alright, welcome back to our 8th video here in the Plasma Cut tutorial series. So we are going to show you how to rotate objects in LibreCAD. So I'll start by opening up a file here. Now we want to rotate this flat, and the reason for that is I'd like to attempt to use this as a border on my candle holder. So I want to not only rotate it flat, but I also want to copy it several times to make it a nice long chain of prints. And the problem with the way that it's set up here is it's hard to know exactly what angle this is in terms of rotating it. I mean, you look at that and it looks about 45 degrees, and we could try doing it at 45 degrees and taking that chance. But I'm going to show you a way of knowing exactly how many degrees to rotate something. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is draw some guidelines on this image. I'm going to choose the line tool between 2 points. I'm going to snap to the actual endpoints on my object. I think I'll start by choosing something. Let's see. We'll draw a line that represents the center line, I think is what we'll do. So maybe we'll start about here. My snaps are on here. Let's turn that horizontal snap off. There we go. So now, when I look at that line right there, it looks pretty darn good for a center line for the pattern. I'll turn off my snap here and just be free to eyeball a line here. I think that's pretty good. Right about there. Good. So I've drawn that line. There's my guideline there, and take another look at it. If you're still not happy with how the pattern is moving about, then you can always grab this line and move it a touch more by grabbing the endpoint and letting go of it somewhere else. I think that's pretty good. I'm going to keep tweaking, and this is right now, this part's visual. Okay, I'm happy with that. That looks like a good sort of path that these prints are walking along. I'm going to draw another line using end 2-point line. I'm going to snap to the end point of this here, and I'm going to draw, let's turn that snap off now. I'm going to force it horizontal. So now it's drawing a horizontal line using the horizontal snap here. And there's an angle that I've drawn. Okay, so we've got an angle, and let's measure that angle because that's going to tell us how much to rotate this. Unfortunately, free rotating in this program doesn't really work. Trying to rotate something visually so you can watch it and align it by eye, it wants to rotate mathematically. So we've given ourselves 2 guidelines. Let's choose the measurement tool and choose measurement between 2 angles. It says choose one line right here, specify first line, specify second line, and it's reporting a minus 43.45 degrees. Okay, or 316.55 degrees. So now let's go to exit out, hitting escape, and let's choose everything here. And let's choose to modify rotate, and it's asking for a rotation center, so let's just choose this as our rotation center. Snap to the endpoint, there we go. Now it's saying a reference point as well, and we can just use the same point. And let's put in our 43.45 and see what happens. 43.45. Have those checked, and delete original. And there it is. Now sometimes you have to use the bigger number, like 316.55. It just depends on which direction it's going to end up rotating. But now what we've done is laid that thing down by the exact amount of degrees that our guidelines told us to, and we no longer need these guidelines, so I'll select them and eliminate them, and we have successfully rotated this pattern to have the appearance of being nice and flat. And if I wanted to stamp this out now, then I could copy and paste a series of these, which I will do. Actually, I'll do that in another video. So that's a way that you can rotate precisely by drawing yourself some lines and then measuring the angle of the line and using that number in the rotation, modify rotate menu.